We'll do the theory part. As we completed the JavaScript, we are going through the lab program. So understanding would be easy. The first 5 lab programs, as I told you, based on the CSS, JavaScript, and the HTML knowledge, that is sufficient. The first 5 programs we will focus. And from today in the theory class, we will start on the website, web server side scripting. We will see what are the things on that side, and the next, that is lab program 6 to 10, that will be helpful once we have that particular understanding. Today we will do the lab program number 2, which is very simple program. The problem statement is write a JavaScript that calculates the squares and cubes of the numbers from 0 to 10 and outputs HTML text that displays the resulting values in an HTML table format. So what is the simple requirement? What is the problem statement here? We have 0 to 10 number, and we have to display the squares of each of those number, square of a 0, square of a 1, square of a 2, and so on, square of a 10. Okay, and we have to display the square cubes of these numbers. So cube of 0, cube of 1, cube of 2, so on. So what is the requirement here? We have to display it as a HTML table. So in the first column we will have the natural numbers 0 to 10. In the second column we will have squares of 0 to 10. In the third column we will have 0 to cubes of 0 to 10 numbers. That is the requirement. Now how we will go about this? It is a simple HTML format. One way to do this particular program is using the static. You can use the static text, but that is not a good programming. Let us say tomorrow, static in the sense you are going to have those particular numbers as a content, and you will have the table. You know how to create the table, th, td, all those things. How many rows are required? 0 to 10 is already there. Those many rows plus one header row, right? Those many rows you will require, and 3 columns, one for displaying 0 to 10 natural numbers, one for displaying the squares, and one for the cubes. But we will see the dynamic way of generating the HTML. This is the program. Doc type HTML, and we have the HTML tags. Those are the tags. Inside those HTML tags, I have the 2 sibling tags, child, which are sibling, head and the body. You can see, okay, head. In this particular, because we are not using the static way of producing the HTML document, we are using the script itself, and using the JavaScript, we will dynamically create that structure, and we'll see how that is done. Title, squares and cubes from 0 to 10. So you will get the page title as this particular text. Then from here to here, I have the style, whatever the embedded style you want to have. We have included that. So this is the opening the style tag, and this is the closing style tag. Inside these style tags, I will specify what are my styles for particular tags. First one is for the table and tr and td. So this particular style I want to apply for the table as well as the table row and the table data cell td. So for all that, and what is the this is, if we use the table in the lab program number 1 also. If you remember, these properties are almost exactly the same, and even if you retain the same properties in the next program, then that is fine. There is no issue with that. How you style your page, it is up to you. But what is the requirement? Requirement is this should be the content. As long as we see the content as per the lab program, we are happy. what color you are using, how you are displaying. Okay, it is up to you, but the requirement here is they have mentioned we have to use the HTML table. So you should be using the HTML table, but whatever the style you want to have, you can have. So for table TR and TD, what is the style? For border, it's a solid line and it is black, and thickness is not mentioned, so it will take the default value for the thickness. Width of these elements 33%. 33% means what? The width is relative to the parent, and it will be 33% of the whatever the window. If it is a table, then table would be table is inside the head or the window. It would be 33%, and this TR and TD are inside the table. Relative to that width, it would be placed as 33%. That is how the width will be set. Text align inside this table TR and TD. This text will be aligned center, means it will be all the text will be shown at the center. Border hyphen collapse, we will select the property collapse so that we will see the nice table. There won't be any multiple lines, everything will be collapsed into one line. And background color light blue, that is the color that has. So you can select certain properties which you are comfortable, and if you are using, let us say, table, choose one set of properties that you remember and use it for wherever, like all the programs. Okay, wherever you are using table, you can use the same set of properties, unless otherwise, if particular program requires you to style the particular table in a particular way. If it is mentioned, you have to use that, otherwise you can use your own styling. So this is the first one. And for also additionally, just for the table, I want to have the margin as auto. So whatever is the default, it will select that. Then I have the script. The script will start. This is the starting of the script. This is the closing tag of the script. Inside the script, you remember we have the document object. We talked about the document object, that is the root. If you see the DOM structure, document object is at the, that is the root object, and document object has certain properties and certain methods which we saw in the last class. One of the method that is provided is a document write, dot write. Using this property, dynamically I can construct the HTML page. So this particular method here, document dot write, then inside the parenthesis, I will give the whatever the HTML document I want to create, I will give it as a text. You can see inside the two double quotes, I have the HTML tags, which will create the actual HTML document. I have nothing in the body, right? If you want to create the static, let us say I told you to create the table statically, then what you will do, you will create a body, then you will have a open table tag, closing table tag. Inside that you will have the header, the rows, TR and TD, and for each you will dynamically no, you will manually put the values. Let us say first row will have 3 TD. First TD would be 0, second one would be 0, and third would be 0, and second row 1 1 1, that you will put manually if you are making a static. But here we are avoiding using the manual creation of that particular document. We have made it dynamically. So inside these double quotes, I have that structure, table structure. You can see I have opening table element, and once the table tag starts, then I will have a table row. The table row starts here and table row ends here, and inside the first row I want to have a header. That's why I am making that as a th uh, call span. Column span, you already know, column span 3 means what? This particular row will span for 3 columns. means the first row will take the all the three columns, and we will see it as a one cell, and inside that one cell you will see the text numbers from 0 to 10 with their squares and cubes. This is the content you will see, and this is the opening tr, this is the closing tr. Inside the table row I have table header, this is opening th, and this is closing th. Then next, document dot write. So I want to give additional, because this is the main header I chose. One more row I will use where I will specify what each column is. For that I create one more row. So same method you will use, document dot write method you will use. Inside that you will, inside the double quotes, inside the double quotes you will give the table row HTML tags. This is the tr, and closing tr is this one. So it will create this statement will create the opening table and the first row. This will create the second row, and inside the second row I have how many td? This is one td, this is second td, and this is the third td, means I have three cells. And inside the first cell I have a content number, second one is square, and the third one is cube. That is the content I have. Then after that I have the for loop variable n is equal to 0. This is a for loop that we are going to use it dynamically create the number of rows that is required. How many rows are required? I need rows for the starting from the 0 number until the 10th number. So n is equal to 0, n less than is equal to 10. So you know the loop will start with the value 0, and the loop will end when the n value becomes 11. So it will go from 0 to 10, and I am going to increment. Inside the loop I will dynamically create the each rows. Then I will say document dot write. Here you can see I have one tr, means one row created. This is the opening tr, and this is the closing tr. So every one loop will create one row, and what I will have inside that one row is three cells, that is td. Okay, opening td, and this is the data cell. And what I am having inside there, I am having the value of n. If you closely see here, because n is a variable, isn't it? N is a variable. Here we gave it as everything as a text. But if I gave everything as a text, this n value will not be accessed. That's why we are breaking it as a number of strings. So this is the first string concatenated with the n. Initially n is 0, 0 will come here. That is concatenated with the next td, so on. So you know, like instead of having just one string, in between I want to have the values. That's why I have broken that one string into small strings, and I concatenated the value of n here. In the next column, n into n, that is basically a square of a number. In the third column I am concatenating n into n into n, which is nothing but a cube. Then this loop will go for 0, 1, 2, so on until value number 10. Once it becomes 11, it will come out. So once it comes out, that means the table should be closed. Now you can say document dot write. I have the closing table tag here. Now my HTML complete document is ready. That will be rendered, and as soon as the page loads, the script will get executed, and we will see the page. I will show you the code now. Open it in a new window. This is how you will see the output. Okay, so main thing is your whole heart of the code is this one. First one is I am creating this table with the table row which has a column span of 3. So you can see this is the having column span of 3, and what content I am having, whatever the content is inside in the th tags, that will be displayed here. Once that is done, it will go to here. This will create this headers, number, square and cube. For that, what we are doing, we are creating one table row. Inside that table row, I have three cells td, so with the content number, square and cube. And this particular, the next rows are created dynamically, right? Here they have given 0 to 10 number. Initially the 0th row will be created with the 0 0 and 0 values. Then it becomes 1. This number would be 1, 1 and 1. When this number becomes n becomes 2, that particular row will have 2. This would be 4 and this would be 8 and so on. That is how we are going to create. So that is how you will see here at 10 rows. After the 10 rows are complete, the table will get closed. So you can see the last one is the table, the closing tag of the table. Just to experiment, the in problem statement they have specifically said it is for 0 to 10. Just I will show it for the 20. I have just increased the value of 20 and I have saved the html. I will refresh that particular html. You can see dynamically it will increase. If you do in a static method, again you have to go there, you have to enter all the tr and including these values. Okay, you will, these values you will be providing as a content, not as a calculated values. Here we are dynamically calculating this one. I will change it back. This is the second lab program.